Hey everybody, it's Millie with Crafting in My PJs. Welcome to my channel. Now, it's a Sunday, so if you are here for crafting, I am so sorry. Today is Wine and Dine training. Every Sunday I put out a video for those of us, Gabby says hi, that are training for Wine and Dine. On Disney's Wine and Dine. So, or you may be training for other races too. It's all good. It's just tips and ideas and suggestions that you can use to help your training progress. I always start with this disclaimer. I am not a trainer. I am not an athlete. I am a casual runner who has run some races. I'm gonna have to go feed her something. I think I have popcorn. I can give her popcorn. Who has run some races in the last 10 years. And so I'm just giving you tips and suggestions that I have used or my friends use or I read. Always make sure you check with a doctor that you're healthy enough to be running. That's important. But that's it. So crafting, I actually took a week off from crafting because I am completely redoing my craft room and I can't walk in it right now. So we're actually sitting in my den right now, filming in here. Crafting will be back, I guess, next week. I'll have everything ready to go. All right, I'm gonna run off. I'm gonna give Gabby some popcorn and see if she'll be quiet while I film. And then we'll get to this week's training suggestions. All right, be right back. All right, I'm back. Gave her some banana, so hopefully that'll help her calm down. All right, so let's see. What week are we on this week? We are on week 7. Week 7 of training for Disney's Wine and Dine, or whatever race you may be doing. So how did your week 6 go? Things kind of progressing along. Mine was pretty good. Maintained my weight, so I'm really happy about that. Actually, I lost like 0.1, but that's okay because remember I'm coming off of a virus and then you lose water weight, and so it's kind of balancing out. My speed went down a little bit last week. I'm okay with that. I kind of had a hump in the middle of the week where I blew out a run and I didn't finish it. And so then I completely did not want to do anything. That happens. This is my personal opinion, that running is like 90% mind games. I'm so sorry about Gabby. I gave her a banana, but that doesn't seem to be working. She hears my voice and she thinks she has to talk with me. So 90% mind games and then like 10% the actual physical stuff that you're working on. So you have to sometimes get over those mind games, and we will spend a video talking about that. So we are on week 7, and this week we are going to talk about running equipment. Now, what do you need to run? A pair of tennis shoes, some comfortable clothing, maybe a place to go, which you can go around the block 1,000 times. So, it doesn't take much, but of course, there are people out there, markets that market lots of gizmo and gadgets for you to use to make your runs so much better. So let's talk about some of those gizmos and gadgets. Today's topic is about, and there go the dogs, is about personal things you would wear to run that might make your run better or not. I preface this by saying, whatever you decide to do or to buy or to make or to acquire, that you do it before the Wine and Dine in November and you test it out. Because I can guarantee you, I have tried numerous things and then when it came down, I didn't like it and I didn't want it. So let's get started so this video isn't like anciently long. I am going to be popping in photos from Google because remember, I have not run in over 3 years. So, I'm running now, but I had my last race was February of 2020. things I got rid of. And so there's new products out there, and I do have a list of things I want to talk to you about. All right, so let's get started. What is one of the first things that you might need or want to run? And that could be a hat. Hat is great. Keeps the sun off your head. If you get like a full like baseball type athletic hat. I have a Nike hat, it's in the car. So I keep it in the car. It could also keep light rain off your face while you're running. It's really good for that. It keeps the sun out your eyes. So I do like the hat like I have in the car. And then this was one of my Disney hats, a visor. I don't want to put it on because I don't want to mess up this gorgeous hair that's about to get done today at my hairdresser. So keeps things off my face. It doesn't keep the heat off the top of your head, but in my case, I felt like it kept me cooler because it wasn't covering the top of my head. I don't know, go figure. So a hat or a visor. Do I actually do like training runs with this one? I have, yeah. Who cares sees the flowers I glued on? I tried ripping them off, but they didn't come off easily. And who knows, I might be Moana again one year. I don't know. So we'll keep them on. So hats are great. All right, so the other thing is a lot of people, now your elite athletes, they probably do not. But a lot of us normal people that run, I'm looking for it, it's up there, like to run with our phone. Phone in the hand is really hard, but that's how I run. I run with a phone in my hand. Excuse me. But there are a lot of things out there that you can use to put your phone and other things in. One thing they have, Gabby, that's enough. One thing they have are armbands that hold your phone. Now, why would you want this? Well, it holds your phone, keeps it out of the way. You can still access the screen because it's usually a clear piece on top of it. What are some of the drawbacks? It gives you this really funny tan line. You can't get the phone in and out of it easily. Now, maybe that's not a problem, but you run in a Disney race. There are going to be things to take pictures of, so you want to be able to get, the camera part out. It's a way to hook up your music, so that's a plus, but that will wear your battery down, so that's a minus. So anyway, your phone. So you can wear it on an armband, or there are belts. Now I used to have a belt and I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. It was just a piece of elastic about this big, went around, and then it was like a slimline fanny pack. My phone fit in it. They had a hole in it that I could get my headphones if I didn't have wireless. Got it at Target on that dollar rack they put in the front for $5. It worked fine. It was starting, the elastic was starting to fray, and I only wore it for longer runs, 10Ks, halves, not for a 5K. 5K is too short. I don't need that. And I might slip something else in it. I have asthma, so sometimes you'll hear me kind of wheezy. I'll slip my inhaler in it. If it's a long run, I might slip some electrolyte type nutrition. We'll talk about that in another video too. So I might put napkin. I always need a napkin or a Kleenex because I sweat. My nose runs. I mean, allergies. So I always need a napkin. So a little bit bigger for those longer runs. So they have the elastic ones that go around. My friend purchased this one. She hasn't tried it out yet, but she really thinks it'll be comfortable to wear. Remember, try it out. Is that thing gonna chafe your skin? Give you that chub rub going on there? So make sure you like it. It can be worn over a shirt so it doesn't mark your skin, or it can be worn under your shirt so people don't necessarily see it. Maybe you want your identification with you. At a Disney race, you're gonna have your magic band. So if you're gonna, the only thing that you would really maybe have to pay for is there is a coffee cart that, oh, what's it called? The coffee that they sell at Disney. There is a coffee cart because it is so early in the morning. So that would be the only thing you would have to pay for. And then there is like a merchandise tent after the race. And so, but you can do things on your magic band. So maybe that's not necessary. So anyway, a little bit bigger that you could carry more things in. Now, since I started running, I think 10 years ago, they have come out with the most wonderful invention, and that is workout pants with pockets. They have shorts, they have capris, they have the long pants. Those running shorts work great underneath a skirt, like a running skirt or a sparkle skirt. And they have pockets in them. So I have resorted to just using that lately. That's maybe why my belt is missing, because I just never used it anymore. My phone can slip in one pocket, a key if I'm doing a training run in my other pocket, or I clip it onto my sports bra with a carabiner and I tuck it in under the strap. If I need an inhaler, my water bottle can fit in that other pocket. So those pockets are great. And for Disney, you wear pockets instead of a bag or a fanny pack, and you don't have to go through the bag check line. So that could be a plus there. They also make wonderful fanny packs that have water bottle holders in them. So if you are a person who really wants to carry water with you, maybe water that you put an electrolyte in or just plain water, remember along the race route at every mile or so, they're going to have water stations, plain water stations. Kentwood usually sponsors that. So I don't typically carry a water bottle unless I'm doing a training run and I'm not sure if like when I go out to the boat launch, the water fountains are not convenient. So but I can even slip a water bottle in a pocket. So those pockets are really great, and it kind of eliminates a lot of things. Now I will tell you this, slipping a phone, if you have an OtterBox with the silicone on it, slipping that in and out of your pocket can be difficult. And as you're like trying to put it back or take it out, it messes up, you touch things and it messes up your apps. The other thing I ran into, but this was several years ago, was that if I put it in my pocket and I put the face of my phone facing my body and it was hot, I actually overheated my phone. So I learned to take the face of the phone and face it away from my body. So for races, you may want a different case for your phone that slips in and out easier. The other thing that makes more convenient is maybe having a pop socket on the back of your phone or one of those rings. That's what I use. I used the ring that glued onto the back of my case. Then I could slip that ring in my finger, still hold the phone in my hand while I'm running, and I did it and I felt more secure. Like it wasn't going to I wasn't going to just drop it, because I do drop phones really easily. So that was one of the solutions I had. So that's an idea too. All right, let's see. We talked about the pants. We talked about the different, running belt. There's another kind of running belt that's out there, and it's a magnetic running belt. And it's sort of like a piece like this. And so one piece goes inside your pants, and then the other just kind of magnetizes on to itself, and you have a pocket. It's you can get different sizes, but it's really about big enough to hold your phone and maybe an ID or a debit card. I haven't used one, so I don't know how it feels, but like I said, with pockets, I really don't have the need for that. So that's why I haven't gotten into that. But I've seen those that are very popular at the expos, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. All right, so the other thing, you have a hat to keep the sun off. The other thing you might want is a pair of sunglasses specifically for running. So these were my very first I purchased, and they are my favorite. I purchased at the expo. They were like $10, so they were so cheap. Expo at the Crescent City Classic, and the reason I like them is they sit off of my cheek right here. So, as I told you, I sweat, and so that sweat will pool behind my sunglasses, and then it bothers my eyes. That's why my hair has to be completely back, headband, the whole bit, clips, because the hair, the sweat, right in the eyes. It's like a slide. It goes right in. So I like these. I did buy a pair of, I think they were Gooders, G-O-O-D. I'll put a picture in. Those are very popular, an inexpensive brand that they run about $30, that have the good UV coating on them. You can see well with them. And I did like those too. And they were a different style. They were more the rounder, like you'll see from the picture. So sunglasses, you might really want a pair of sunglasses, and you go, not necessarily. Well, guess what? It is Florida. If you're running in the Wine and Dine, and we may be getting out there at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning to the race route, but before you finish, that sun will be up, so you might want it. These are really great. Sunglasses are easy because what do? They fit on top of your head, and you can carry them around without them being in anything. Or they go well in your shirt too. So they're easy to carry. So sunglasses is a nice, convenient way, and they're easy to carry. Oh, I think I might have talked about everything really fast. Okay, so the other thing, at one of the Disney races I went to, they gave out these things called bib boards. Bib boards, I think that's what they were called. And you can see, let's see, there's one of them. It's a little plastic, oh, they're kind of dirty. I'm so sorry, I have to clean mine. And you get them, I'm gonna put the link right here. Bibboards.com, and the back, oops, I just dropped it. The back pops off, so you have the front that has a little piece sticking out, and then this snaps on. And what you do is, instead of safety pins to hold your running bib on your shirt, or some people put them on their pants, you know, they've got to be visible. And you want them visible because they're going to all the photos, and they take pictures of you, and then you get your race photos on your app on your phone. So you definitely want it visible. And they're cute. They come in all kind of cute designs. So these were all Run Disney. But then I also ordered as gifts for running friends that were running with me. From bibboard.com, you could get different designs. And that's just a smiley face. I don't know if that was one I ordered or if it was part of the Run Disney. I think it was one I ordered. So they have all kinds of designs. They run about $15 for a set, which is kind of high, honestly. But you know, and then you can make your own. So you can design your own. I didn't try that, but I did buy one. It was like I run for wine or something like that for a friend. So those are really great for holding those bibs on your shirt without getting holes in your bib. And if you have not run a race before and you are unfamiliar with the bibs, we will talk about that. But every runner has to wear a bib. You must wear a bib. They're not going to let you into the corrals for the race unless you have that bib. In fact, you might even need to have it to get onto, like, into a certain area, like closer in, kind of like the airport. You go through areas, where general public's allowed and then they're not. So like that. All right, so running gear. And this is just basic things you wear, not really electronics. A lot of people have different types of sports watches, like the Garmin's and the Fitbits or your Apple Watch to help. We'll talk about all of that later. We can talk about different headphones later. We're going to talk about race etiquette later. Those are all just some different topics that we will talk about. And then just the structure of a Disney race and what to expect. Costumes, that's a part of Disney races. You don't have to wear a costume, but everybody wears something Disney-ish. And so I'll show you some different options later on. My friend and I that are going to Wine and Dine, we're not even talking about costumes till the end of the summer. We have kind of sort of talked about them, but it'll be at the end of the summer that we'll actually start making or purchasing pieces for our costumes. And I go very simple because I don't like things touching me. I don't like tutus. The rub. So I'm very picky. I don't do well. I wear like stretch headbands, but if it's going to make me hot, like I had Maleficent horns one year, that ended up going around my neck until the very end. I pulled them up for the photos. So, different things, and you've got to figure out what works for you. All right, so we talked about pants with pockets. We talked about hats. We talked about sunglasses. We talked about phone holders and water bottle holders, whether it be a belt, whether it be your armband. Talked about that, using the pockets in your pants. We talked about phone holders, like the pop sockets and the rings that help you if you're going to hold your phone in your hand while you're running. Because remember, there's a lot of things to take pictures of. A Disney race is very entertaining. There are things everywhere. And I think that was it. And the bib boards. We talked about the bib boards. All right, so those were our equipment pieces today. So next week, I can tell you this, I have it planned out. We're going to talk about different race nutrition, like during the race, that you might eat or drink that might help you along the way. Now, I did say I wanted to say something about the expo. There is a huge expo prior to the Disney race. You don't have to specifically go to it, but you have to pick up your race bib. So it's right there. It might be in a different room, but it's right there. They have all of these things plus so much more at those expos. And that's a great place to see, to feel, to touch, to wear, try out things. But it doesn't really give you the race with wearing a specific belt. But it will give you a great place to see, touch, feel something before you actually purchase it. I also get a lot of my, like if I'm gonna buy a race gel, like the race gel or something like that, an energy gel, I usually get them there, and that way I don't have to bring them with me. But so a race expo is a great place to see a bunch of things. So that'll be really good. All right, so are you ready for the quote? Our motivational quote for this week. We are week 7. We have 25 weeks left of training. If you're doing 5K, if you're doing 10K, you're good just moving. Move, build extra time, do some intervals if you want to try and build some running in there, or extend your running. If you're working on the half, then you're still okay, because I think for Jeff Galloway it was 19 weeks out. So we're still a good 6 weeks away from starting that plan, 5 weeks maybe. All right, so here's our quote. Quote of the day. Here come the dogs. And there go the dogs. They know how to open the back door. It's driving me crazy. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. This was from Confucius, and I want to tell you that this was important to me last week. So I felt like last week I kind of stumbled. Wasn't due to the stomach virus, or maybe it was, I don't know. But I felt like I let my mind get in. I let the negative thoughts get in. I hear crows outside. And I stopped myself mid-run and I walked the rest of it. And I only walked like the minimum, yes, to my car. And it was still 3 miles, but that was not what I was used to. Maybe it was 2 miles. I don't remember. Anyway, I blocked myself, and then I did not get out and do the third run that week. So don't think, falling is the end. It's not. It's getting back up. Once you get back up, you are a winner. You are a winner. So I did get back up. I did get my runs in. I've got a couple in. I filmed this early. I've already gotten a couple in this week. I'm excited. So you can do it too. So guys, I hope that your training's going well. I hope some of these products you might like or not. I'm telling you, a hat, some sunglasses, and my pants with pockets, and I'm a happy runner. All right, thanks guys. Hey, if you're listening to this video, could you just give me a hi in the comments below? I would appreciate it. It's been very crickety, and I am doing these videos for me to keep me accountable, but I'd like to get a hi from whoever is watching them out there. And also, if you have a piece of equipment that you run with that you could not run without, could you let me know what it is? I would love to look it up. All right, guys, y'all have a great week. Bye.